JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, undertaker murdered on Orange Street. A 34-year-old undertaker was killed at his home by gunmen Monday night. Reports are that the man, Ryan Morgan, was about to drop his girlfriend home when, upon approaching his car, which was parked at his gate on Orange Street, he was attacked by two gunmen. He was killed on the spot. His girlfriend managed to escape. The police are investigating. 28-year-old man charged following deadly shootout in Kilmarnock. The St. Elizabeth police have charged a 28-year-old man with multiple offences following a deadly shootout in the community of Kilmarnock a week ago. He is Damien Wright, a labourer of Gordon District, Westmoreland. He has been charged with 4 counts of shooting with intent, illegal possession of firearm and ammunition, as well as a breach of the Disaster Risk Management Act, DRMA. 3 other men, said to be Wright's cronies, were fatally shot during the gun battle in Kilmarnock last Thursday night. Kilmarnock is located at the border of St. Elizabeth and Westmoreland. 2 of the deceased men have since been identified. They are 30-year-old Roger King, unemployed, of Vanessa Avenue, Spanish Town in St. Catherine, and a 21-year-old Romain Kamani Thomas, otherwise called Guzaman, of Gordon District, White House in Westmoreland. The police are seeking the public's assistance in identifying the third man. According to reports, on April 22, a motorist was held up at gunpoint and his vehicle stolen in White House, Westmoreland. Acting on information, the police intercepted the stolen car with 4 men on board in Kilmarnock. The constabulary's corporate communication unit said that about 11:05 p.m., the police were engaged in a shootout with the gunmen. When the shooting subsided, 3 men were seen suffering from gunshot wounds and taken to hospital where they were pronounced dead. The 4th man, who it is alleged tried to flee the scene, was found at a nearby premises. A Browning pistol was seized shortly after the shootout. 2 days later, the police seized a 9mm pistol with 5 9mm cartridges during the search of a premises in the community. St. Andrew businessman charged with son's murder remanded. The St. Andrew businessman charged with the murder of his son was remanded when he appeared in the Kingston and the St. Andrew Parish Court yesterday. Delton Knight was appearing before Parish Judge Maxine Dennis McPherson just over 2 weeks after he reportedly shot his 38-year-old son Ruel at their business place in Papine, St. Andrew. Dennis McPherson will decide on Friday whether to grant bail for the 64-year-old father. Knight is also charged with illegal possession of a firearm and illegal possession of ammunition. He's been represented by attorney at law Peter Champagny, QC. According to police reports, about 9:45 a.m. on April 12, Knight, who is a licensed firearm holder, had a dispute with his son. During the dispute, Knight pulled his weapon and shot Ruel in the chest. He then left the scene where the injured man was rushed to hospital where he later died. George Wright might be paid during his leave of absence. It is likely that embattled Westmoreland Central Member of Parliament George Wright will be paid during his 2-month absence from the House of Representatives due to unforeseen circumstances requiring his immediate attention. This was revealed by House Speaker Marissa Dalrymple-Filbert, who was adamant that the Parliament would not be governed by jungle law, as she responded to a motion put forward by Anthony Hilton yesterday, seeking the reason for Wright's leave request. Wright has been dogged by controversy since the police sought him as a person of interest in an incident captured on video earlier this month, in which a man assaulted a woman with his fist and a stool. The cops have wrapped their investigation and no charges have been laid, making it clear that she was under no obligation to disclose the reason. The Speaker read into the records the request from Wright. My absence is due to unforeseen circumstances and the fact that there are certain matters which I'm required to attend to as a matter of urgency, Dalrymple-Filbert read. She said the leave is to run from April 20 to June 21, 2021. Government ministers Delroy Truck and Pernell Charles Jr. sought to intervene, adamant that the Speaker was under no obligation to disclose the reason, rejecting the opposition stance that Section 81 of the Standing Orders made it her duty. I don't think you should be responding to this, Chuck, the Justice Minister, protested. But while accepting as true Chuck's argument, Dalrymple Filbert said it was a matter of public concern. I have done so because I have nothing to hide, she said. I want to make it abundantly that none of us condones domestic violence, but we cannot, as a parliament, be led by jungle law. We have to abide by the laws, as strident Dalrymple Filbert charged. On the issue of compensation of right, the Speaker said, I suspect, like all other members who are absent from the House, he probably is still being compensated. And might I remind this Parliament that we have had members, several, who have been charged and who have sat there and compensated, Dalrymple Filbert said. She further contended that the standing orders made it clear that the only time subsistence is denied is when a member does not inform the Speaker of the House of his or her absence within a reasonable time. Opposition leader Mark Golding said that it was disingenuous to pretend that the matter involving Wright has not been politicized, given that he has been removed from the government caucus. He said that the Speaker was right to disclose Wright's reason for his leave from the House, but said that a cloud still hangs over the matter. Persons do not have a right to be absent. They have to seek leave. You have granted around 2 months' leave to the individual. We're all paid to represent our constituencies here and to attend meetings of this House, Golding contended. As loud as the cries are, I must, as I sit up here, abide by the laws that govern what we're doing here, Dalrymple Filbert stressed. This is not a jungle, and I'm not encouraging jungle law, she added. $100 million COVID relief. An additional $100 million is being allocated through the Ministry of Labor and Social Security to ease the pressures the vulnerable families are feeling because of the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. Portfolio Minister Carl Samuda said that members of Parliament, MPs, would be in charge of distributing the resources. On no account will a recommendation be accepted unless it's coming over the signature of a member of Parliament. This is a program designed to enable members of Parliament to have the flexibility to do the things that are necessary to bring relief to the suffering people within their constituency, Samuda said on Tuesday, while making his contribution to the sectoral debate. Equally distributed, each of the 63 members of Parliament would receive an allocation of $1.58 million. We have done a realignment because we recognize it is absolutely urgent. Time cannot be spent dilly-dallying about giving assistance to the poor and needy, Samuda said. The Labour and the Social Security Minister gave assurances that the program would not cause any further expenditure from the public purse. Samuda said that MPs will receive letters outlining the procedure to access the fund and the accountability they will face. As critical partners, we are expecting the fullest cooperation and oversight, as these resources are internally sourced through a process of realignment. So we are relying on our partners within the political environment to safeguard these funds and to use them wisely, the minister said. Jamaica records 122 new COVID cases. Jamaica recorded 122 new cases of COVID-19 and 103 recoveries in the past 24 hours. No deaths were recorded for the period. The latest figures pushed the country's overall tally to 45,414 cases, while total recoveries now stand at 20,945. The new cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew 41, St. Catherine 29, St. Thomas 16, Clarendon 10, Manchester 8, St. James 6, Westmoreland 4, St. Anne 3, St. Mary 2, St. Elizabeth 2, and Portland 1. There are 220 patients in hospital with COVID-19. 26 are critically ill and 9 moderately ill. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.